Hello, Mr. Forbes. Today I will present to you my Microsoft Office 2016 project based on Word Module 8 and Excel Module 8 in an event management context. First of all, my overview of the presentation. So I'm going to do a little presentation on event management. Then I will talk a little bit about Microsoft Word and how I used Word in event management business. Then I will talk about Microsoft Excel and how I use Excel in an event management business. Then I'll do a little conclusion and a little bibliography. First of all, what is event management? So event managers usually build events for different types of customers. For example, couples who want to have weddings, companies who want to make conferences, product launches, and a lot more. An event planner must be creative, passionate, patient, and organized. Event planners must also take care to everything from the flowers to the lightings to the invitations. I chose the event management business because it's something that I really want to work in when I finish my studies. It's a business that always interested me, and I hope I can do this in my future. So Microsoft Word is a very powerful tool. It can accomplish many tasks such as writing professional letters, writing simple text, and making posts. Although we know the regular functions of Word, there is one function that is not very known, and that is producing forms to send to clients. This is what I decided to explore for this video project 1. I have made a form where clients of an event management company could fill in to inform of what type of event they would like. Forms can be used within all sorts of companies. I have decided to make one in event management business because it is a type of business that needs a lot of organization and coordination. In fact, they have many clients and every client has different needs. Making forms makes it easier to know the basic information about the client and the type of event that they want. Also, it makes it easier to keep the information in files. The different themes and colors are also very fun to play with. In fact, I have imagined that my made-up company would have a lot of pink and be very girly. In my form, I put pink and I personalized it just as I had imagined it. Adding images can also make the form a lot more interesting. In this case, I added an image of the champagne because we all know that champagne is very important in all sorts of events. Design form and properties also makes it a more personalized form because the creators can add the questions that they want. For example, I could ask questions that are related to certain types of clients. This is what I did here with the type of event. I wrote choose an item and I had the wedding, birthday, fashion show, grand opening choices that the clients could take. Tools like Combo Box Content Control and Plain Text Content Control makes it easy to organize the questions well and clearly. It also helps to get answers that are simple and not too elaborate because we know very well that companies do not have the time to read paragraphs from every client. Here are the examples of my two forms. This is the one I created and this is the example of a filled-in form. Next, for Microsoft Excel. Excel is a very useful tool. In fact, many companies use it on a day-to-day basis to enter all sorts of numbers such as their revenue, their expenses, their sales, and more. This is very efficient because the company can compare their numbers from several years and see how much their company grew. Also, another tool that is very interesting from Excel is that with a lot of information on one table, it is easy to make several little tables and use only the numbers that are needed. This is called the pivot table tool. This is a tool that many companies could find useful because it is easy and in just seconds you can make a completely different table but with the same numbers from the main table. So, the first tool that I used in Word was create a chart with some basic information about the revenues and the events of the company. First, I started by writing my type of events, and from this, I wrote my number of events from 2016 and my number of events from 2017. Then, I wrote my revenues for each event category, and the same for in 2016 and the same for 2017. So you can see here my number of events 2016, 2017, and my revenue for each type of event. For this part of my project, I also used the table design tool to change the color of my table so that it could resemble my company a lot more. Here's an example of the table here with the 2012 revenue to the 2017 revenue. and my chart. So pivot table is a tool that I had just learned in Excel and is a tool that I will use for a very long time because it is extremely efficient. First, it is important to select the numbers that you want in your new table. This will bring you to a new sheet where you'll be able to choose the elements for the new tables and put the appropriate fields in the appropriate spaces. So filters, columns, rows, and values. Once again, table design allows you to choose colors for your table. Again, I chose the color pink because it represents the colors of my company. In the example below, you can see that I made a table for the number and the table for the number of events in 2016 and 2017 and the number and the revenue for 2016 and 2017. Here are some examples of my two pivot tables. So to conclude, Excel does take a lot of practice, but when you do, you can do a lot more than you think. There are various tools that we don't know, and this is why information technology classes are useful. To know all these aspects of Word and Excel that we wouldn't usually know if we just explored on our own time. Thank you very much.